Now we're going to switch a little bit to the incrementality and agency side of it. So with that, I'd like to introduce Ryan King. Ryan King is the Managing Director of Innovation at SambaTV. Welcome, Ryan. And Kevin von Valkenburgh, the Chief Connections Officer from the Tombras Group USA, representing some agency thinking about this. So gentlemen, if you'd like to take it away, please.
Hi, sorry, looks like I just was unmuted. So my name's Ryan. I am the Managing Director here at SambaTV for Innovations and Custom Solutions. And joining me today is Kevin from the Tombras Group. So before we jump in, I wanted to sort of just explain a little bit about how SambaTV approaches incremental measurement and how we bring this data to our clients like Tombras. So first, it starts with a video ACR technology that is implemented directly within smart TVs. This gives us unique access to actual viewership level data, and we'll get to that in a future slide. From there, we also use a proprietary device graph. Now, that device graph is not cookie reliant. It is something that can ingest direct logs and this ACR TV data to merge it together for a full cross-platform view of a market. Then we also use a global commercial schedule to access some of the metadata around where TV ads are running and how they're running and how often. And then from there, we create representative research footprints of these in each market where we can project out to the total population. So it gives us an ability to isolate and determine which households have been exposed or converted, and then also run the incrementality measurement on them. So a little bit more about the ACR. It stands for Automatic Content Recognition. It's a real-time video fingerprint capture system. We are able to see a second-by-second level of what's being viewed on the screen, whether that be content that is broadcasted, video gameplay, or even ads, for example. And so we are able to take this data and create pretty robust segmentations of what people are watching on TV, how much they're consuming, and then group them together accordingly. But when it comes to incrementality, we sort of use this whole system to create incremental groups. TV does not have a way of doing true control groups because of the way it serves content. So what we do is we find a way to create a synthetic control causal TV attribution model. And what we do is we take all of our viewership data and we start to segment the audience down to core. Next slide, please. We start to segment the audience based on where they're watching TV and how much it aligns with the actual media plan. From there, we're able to segment out the audiences that look nothing like the exposed audience, and we then take that core group that looks like them and merge it with geographic and demographic data to further bring down the audience to find those people who should have seen an ad based on where they're located, what their demographic makeup is, and did they have a chance to nearly see an ad. And it gives us a unique ability to break it down by individual network, creative, day part, or day of week type of, basically to bring a synthetic control exposure into the measurement. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Kevin to explain a little bit about the case study we did for Orange Theory Fitness.
Great. So, a couple of things that are really important to us as an agency is this idea of measuring and being able to kind of look holistically at how all of the dollars we invest for our clients are actually driving something in terms of a measurable conversion. And we've been using the Samba technology for almost 4 years now and have done a variety of tests that have really shown us some eye-opening stuff in terms of linear television and then the digital extensions of it. And really what it's led us to is this idea that the way that TV has been planned for 40 years doesn't work anymore. And that's because the user has changed the way that they view everything. So we've done a couple of major tests, one for Orange Theory. We've done this on multiple clients as well. And really what we're looking for is, each one of these clients has a very specific measurable outcome. Orange Theory is a lead gen client. What we do when we design a plan is we're looking for measurability into incremental lead volume. And to get that, you have to have incremental website visits, and you have to have incremental unique website visits. And that's what the whole science behind the plan was. So the idea here is that we're measuring incrementality and kind of controlling important stuff like reach and frequency that we've never been able to do before when you look at linear television and digital together. If you can go to the next slide. So, this technology has been really important to us as we are rewriting the rules for planning television and buying television and changing the methodology for it. At the same time, being able to go back to a client and say, hey, this is what your TV is really doing for you. It's not this vague reach and frequency number, and it's not this vague estimate of GRPs time because you took a specific reach times a specific frequency that you're looking for. And the really cool part about it for us is that as we've continued to move this across different clients, we've seen a lot of unifying things, including stuff like, there's a real chasm between the lightest viewers and the heaviest viewers of TV, and you can't get more light viewers by just piling on more points. You have to be smarter about it. That's where this ACR technology has come into play and really helped us, find the unexposed to our TV audience and bring them in, which is driving a lot of that incremental growth. So if you can go to the next one.
Great. Yeah, and just to touch a little bit on what Kevin is sort of mentioning and how SambaTV applied this data to actually show back to his team is we are able, as you can see from this chart, this is actual data from the Orange Theory study. If you ranked the conversion rate just on pure exposed conversion rate, you would think Bravo would be a top performing network because it has the highest conversion rate from the exposed group. But when we applied our synthetic control methodology, we actually are able to isolate individual control groups for each network. And we see that actually Bravo has one of the lower incremental conversion or lifts for this campaign. So that just kind of tells us that, yes, it's an important lifestyle network for Orange Theory, but there's a lot of baked in conversion that's going to happen regardless of what Orange Theory does on that network. And what it actually helped us sort of drive an insight about is TNT. TNT had the lowest conversion rate, but it also had the biggest opportunity to drive incremental growth in terms of in terms of driving more site visits and eventually signups to Orange Theory Fitness. Kevin, anything you would like to sort of add on here?
You're looking at this on a slide kind of in a vacuum and saying, well, what does that really mean and how do they really use it? Well, here's how we use it. In essence, what we're doing is we are now optimizing linear television and digital together. That's right. We're optimizing linear television. We're buying it in a way on a national level that gives us the flexibility to use the data to move things around and to change buys based on what we're seeing from this data. And the Samba guys have developed a live dashboard that we're using on multiple clients now. And again, that is giving us power that is really good for clients who are questioning in the current state of television, should I be investing more? Should I be investing less? How do I deal with connected and over the top? What's ACR? How do I use it? When does VOD or premium pre-roll come into the picture? And as an agency, we have helped to solve a lot of this by saying that advanced TV is more than linear and connected. Advanced TV is really taking in the whole video ecosystem and measuring it all together.
Great. And just to add to that point and what Kevin was sort of making earlier, further, the strategy is to not only target key households, but also target households who have not been exposed to TV, because in that data, you're able to sort of see households who have not been exposed to any TV creative. And so Kevin's team can sort of serve ads directly to them. And then of course, there's the ability to retarget TV, because we did see stronger lift once a household was exposed to both TV and digital. So to help the TV campaign gain more incremental growth, retargeting them with digital so they got more impressions served in that household was very important for this side. And Kevin, I'll let you explain a little bit more on how you optimize more for the campaign.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, it allows us to look at TV critically, not just from a quality of programming or an alignment to an audience standpoint, but is it actually driving something to a website? Is it driving unique visits? Is it duplicating with other networks on the buy? How is the digital complementing that? All of these things are coming together to help us really get to an answer that helps our clients understand their investment better and lets us maximize it.
Great. And it looks like we're out of time. So thank you, Andy.
Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate the conversation. Great presentation.